This is attorney Bilal Khalik. I'm an attorney here in Dallas, Texas. And today we're going to do a little bit different segment. We're going to talk about bankruptcy. We actually a full-service law firm. We practice in all areas of law, whether it's immigration, bankruptcy, criminal, family, business planning. We can help you with that. I wanted to share the options of when to file bankruptcy and what is bankruptcy. First thing is that bankruptcy actually is a constitutional right put into our Constitution that you can ask the government to give you protection from your creditors, from everybody that you borrowed money from, while you get back on your feet. Usually people end up in a bankruptcy when there are some medical bills that pile up, when they lose their job, or when there is some unforeseen circumstances, for example, a divorce that puts them in a very, very bad financial crunch. There's two kinds of bankruptcies. There's a Chapter 7 and Chapter 13. So let's discuss them both. Chapter 7 is for those people who make less than about $60,000 to $70,000 a year. That number varies by county, that number varies year to year, but if you make less than that, you can file Chapter 7. In Chapter 7, you declare to the government that, you know what, I don't have enough assets to cover all my liabilities. And the government allows you to keep a tiny bit of your assets. There are a few exceptions, but some of your assets, everything else can be sold and given to your creditors. So let's say that you own about $50,000 worth of assets, but you own $200,000. What the trustee is going to do is take the $50,000, distribute it among all the creditors, proportionally, equally, however he sees fit, and at that point, whatever you owe that you haven't paid off is forgiven. It's forgiven forever. Okay? And you get a brand new fresh start in life. Now in Texas, we've got laws that really favor bankruptcy because no matter how big your house is, your house can never be taken by the creditors. If it's your homestead, you can live in $1 million home and you file bankruptcy and the trustee and the government cannot touch it and give it to the creditors. There's a certain amount of jewelry, there's a certain amount of cash that you can keep, there is your retirements that you can keep, and also tools of trade. Tools of trade are things that you use to earn an income. Let's say you're a mechanic and you've got some tools, you've got a truck, and you've got some mechanical tools to help you with your car. You can keep a certain percentage of those, and everything else you have to give to the trustee. Now, of course, if you own several properties and you own a lot of money, and then you file bankruptcy, it doesn't make sense because the trustee will take over your assets and distribute them. Now, when you do file bankruptcy, if a particular item is secured, now what is secured? It means, let's say you went and bought a car, you put $5,000 down, and now you're making monthly payments. You can't just file bankruptcy and keep the car for free because the car is secured by the loan. If you don't make your payments, the bank can come and take your car away from you. So anything that is secured, your house, your car, even furniture that you bought on payments, as long as you keep making the payments, you can keep it. If you don't keep making the payments or don't, pay off your debt, of course they're going to come take your car away, they come take your house away if it's a mortgage. When I was talking about keeping your house, that's for paid off houses. Next time we'll talk about Chapter 13, but with Chapter 7, you can file by yourself or you can file with your spouse. The process is you file the application. In about a month or so, there's a meeting with the trustee. A trustee is an accountant appointed by the court to look through your assets to figure out what your assets are, what your liabilities are, and where the money should go. At that point, any creditor who has any questions, people that need money from you, can come in and ask you questions. That's why it's called a creditor's meeting. If all goes well, then that's the last time you have to go to court, and then the case is dismissed. Now, of course, if a creditor comes in and says, no, this person should not be allowed to file bankruptcy because they committed some fraud, or it's a child support issue. So there's some exceptions, like a student loan that cannot be discharged. If that's a situation, then that case is separated and your bankruptcy continues on with your other debts. So if you have any further questions, feel free to give us a call. Again, my name is attorney Bilal Khalik. Our phone number is 214-453-2500, and our website is boldlegal.com.